What's up, Lit P patrons, fans, and everybody else?
Everybody up in here.
This is the finishing story of...
The finishing story, he says.
Yeah, the finished story. The finished, it's the end. It's the end of the past for us. It's the final chapter of A Daily Walk.
Yep.
So we hope you like it. When you're listening, we talk about this at the end of the episode, but that's way down the line. So just know this. We were it's kind of a mixed way of describing this, but we want you to know that
this took a lot of courage for us.
It did.
All right. We're putting ourselves on the line telling you guys this stuff because we could have let it die. We could have.
Yeah.
No one would have known except for the people that were involved.
Yes. But we know that you have had experiences somewhat similar to this.
Yeah.
And we want to show you ours.
You had to have.
Because we're at this point. We're almost at a year of Lit P. And you need to know us. You need to know the deep, dark crevices that are
And you're
Coleman and
you're
Hunter.
gonna know.
Yeah.
You're gonna know after this.
You're going to know. So go ahead and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review. We haven't had one of those in a while.
That's true.
And if you want to become a patron, we have some sick new vids coming out. My fried rice vid. I'm making... what are you laughing at, Coleman?
I was laughing at this.
Oh, yes. Screenshot that.
Yeah, I will.
My fried rice vid's coming out. I'm making another. I'm making 2 vlogs. Okay, they're going to be coming out. Hopefully, Coleman and Mash will jump on the vlog train.
Ooh.
So we can have some content coming to you. And I'm about to release. A while back, I did the record a worship song in 1 hour. I'm about to release the video of all the people, or I say the people. Coleman playing drums and me playing all the other parts.
Oh, is that coming soon?
It's coming.
Oh man, I'm excited.
There's some things of value coming hot at the Patreon.
Coming in hot.
And that's at patreon.com/litp. Just talk to us. We haven't talked to y'all in a while.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
let's get this episode started.
Let's go. What is up?
We're back.
Lit people.
Yeah. We're back with episode 51. 1 episode away. From
that means 1 week from the time that you're listening to this, we will be at 52 episodes of Life in the Pocket, which is insane. That's 1 full year. We've never missed a Tuesday.
Well, we missed one Tuesday, but we posted on a Thursday.
Yeah, we posted it that we've had 52
we never missed
episodes.
A week. All right.
So we're trying to plan something big. We don't know what yet we're gonna do, but we're doing something.
Some friends. We would use Mash's big audio interface and do like a... I don't really know how it would look if it was like a song with some talking in between.
I don't know.
It'd be lit,
It would be lit. It would be lit.
So
maybe we could do like a live... That's dangerous.
Yeah. Really dangerous.
Like I was gonna say, like live on a Monday, then just put the recording up for Tuesday. I don't know. We're figuring something out.
Yeah,
big.
It's gonna be different.
Going down. Yeah, very different, very edgy.
But more important, it's gonna be Lit P.
Oh yeah, all you lit peoples out there, you guys have been with us from the start.
Yeah,
we gotta honor you guys by giving you a psychedelic show, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, follow us if you don't already on all the things: Facebook, Instagram. While you're on Instagram, go ahead and meander on over to @McCaslin_Ash. Hit that. If you follow him, just hit unfollow, and if you don't follow him, just don't do anything. Actually, if you don't follow him for a few minutes, and then go back and hit unfollow.
So Brad, our drummer here at the church, he's a watcher of the Lit Pizzle, and
as he should be.
Yeah. I don't. Sometimes you forget what you say on an episode, and people will text you and give no context, and just like let's say I said, McDonald's fries are good without ketchup, and then I'll get a text randomly that says, "Nah, bro, you need ketchup," and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So like they're listening to it. And I guess they text me anyways. So I get a text from Brad, and he sends me a picture of McCaslin's Instagram, and he sends a picture of all of the things that say unfollow, redirect, mute, notifications, where you go to unfollow somebody, and then he sends me another screenshot of McCaslin's Instagram, and it says follow back. And he said,
classic.
That's my good deed for the day.
There it
so
is.
He unfollowed Mash on
is.
Instagram. Hopefully he started a movement.
Yep.
And
that's
it. So yeah, go do that.
It's nothing personal against Mash. It's just something we started, and now it's out of our hands. Like we just got it. It's got to keep going.
Yeah.
And so yeah, go ahead and do that. We're gonna get back into our conversation here in a minute about me and Hunter's band, high school musical adventures, and like we mentioned last episode, the reason that we're here.
Yeah,
we would not be here without our high school band, aka A Daily Walk. And yeah, we're gonna talk about that, but I have something I need to get off my chest.
Coleman's got some big boy news.
I got something I need to get off my chest. Okay, I'm just if you're listening to this, it's probably been my house has been on the market officially for like almost 3 weeks at this point. If you're listening to this today, I think, right? Well, no, like 2.5, 2 weeks, something. I don't know. So hopefully by the time you're listening to this, it's under contract. That would be amazing.
Or sold.
Or yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I don't think it's possible for us to have closed by the time this airs, but you know,
won't he do it?
He could do it. He could do it.
Thank you.
And so, you know, because it's under the blood. If you're a real one, you know what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Mellow Phil.
Yeah, we want to have you on, by the way.
Yeah.
On this pod, I saw Philip yesterday at Chipotle, and he was rocking the man bun, bro. I'd never seen him.
Got a man bun?
He's got a man bun now. He's in the.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, this guy is way too cool to be my friend now. Anyway, so I got my house is listed, right? If you're a homeowner, you know, well, if you're a homeowner, that doesn't necessarily mean you've ever sold a house. But if you've ever sold a house, you know how bad it sucks. It's the worst. And so going into this, we were like, we knew we wanted to move, and we have a few months before our new baby comes. So we were like, I guess we'll just try now, and if we can't sell it in, you know, a month or two, then we'll just wait until the baby's been settled for a little bit, and then we'll try to move. Because you don't want to try to move with a newborn. That would suck. So, I mean, moving sucks in general, but
what's going to happen is somebody's going to make an offer at the very end of that period, and it's going to take all the way up until you have the baby.
The due date. Yeah, we'll end up having to move on the due date. Yeah, that would happen to me for sure. But so we're trying to sell our house, yada, yada, yada. I was just curious. You can answer this too, because you've bought a house. When you're looking at houses, looking to buy a house, when you went into a house, what did you appreciate? Like, did you care if the house wasn't perfectly clean? Would you rather it be spotlessly clean? Obviously, you appreciate it when it's cleaner. I'm saying, like, some people can walk into a house and there'd be like underwear on the floor and it not like bother them, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, pick up underwear.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to see underwear on the floor.
Right.
But that's not really for a reason other than I just would not like to see other people's underwear.
Right.
But as far as, like, if somebody left, like, a cup on the coffee table or, like, toys were left out in a kid's room, that doesn't bother me.
Right, okay.
But, like, as long as the whole house isn't just, like, in shambles.
Right. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, Molly is a bit of a perfectionist, right? And so whenever we're showing the house, she can't help but go over the top, like make sure everything has been vacuumed in the 30 minutes before they come, mopped, everything needs to be so spotlessly clean. And we have a toddler, so that's not the easiest feat. And she's pregnant. So I'm like, you just need to chill. But when we're looking at houses, and a house might suck, but it's clean, we're like, this is a nice house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, we looked at this house.
Oh, I see. You're getting kind of,
we're
faked out.
Yeah, you get faked out, and the house might suck, but it's clean. So you're like, oh, this is a nice house. And it's dated. Yeah, like, you find all the things wrong, but you're like, but it's been
taken care
of. Yeah. So we went and looked at some houses the other day, right? One of which, if my house goes under contract in the next few days, I will be placing an offer on and trying to buy. But we looked at several houses at the same time. We went in this one house, right? And it is very overpriced. It's for sale by owner. And it's, to give it perspective, it was listed $20,000 more expensive than the house I'm talking about that I would try to buy.
Boy.
And it's way older. It's way smaller. And
so what's their claim to fame? Like, why?
I don't know. We don't know. But
like, normally they'll have like one thing where you're like, okay, yeah.
I mean, the roof's new.
That's
the AC's new. Whatever. All
maybe
that's
the
fine.
AC, yeah.
But like, everything was dated, but clean. The owners were like this old couple. They were old, right? And everything was meticulously taken care of. You could tell. So in that sense, we were like, dang, okay. And for a second, we were like, started to find ourselves considering like this to be a contender. And then we left and we were like, that house was not a good, like, we would not buy that house. It's way too expensive.
Yeah.
It's not big enough.
I feel like that always happens to me. Like when I was in the house or anything, when I'm in the midst of it, I'm like, yeah. And then as soon as like you walk away from the premises, you're like, no chance. But it was tough. It was tough because they were there, obviously. The owners, since it was for sale by owner, the owners were there and it was awkward and like, you want to insult them.
Yeah, exactly. And also too, I'll say this. If you're trying to sell a house, to me, I get faked out by this. I'm like the guy that gets faked out by houses. Even if the house sucks, but like I'm saying, it's clean. The yard is like freshly manicured. The flower beds look good. Like I'm the guy that like that literally like affects me in a real way.
Yeah.
So like I started to get my house ready to sell and I'm like, man, I guess I'm going to edge. Like I never hardly edge my freaking yard and I should, but I never do. And I was like, I guess since we're about to take pictures and stuff, I'll edge it. I'll try to make it look nicer. My house looks at least 80% better since I edged my yard.
Look, and kudos to the backyard area. That looks sick.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Turned out so good.
It took little. I mean, it was work, but it wasn't expensive, which I like. Basically, what he's talking about is I put some pavers and like gravel, made a little sitting area out in the backyard. It looks nice. It turned out well. But that kind of stuff, I didn't realize. I used to roll my eyes. When I sold my last house, I might have sold it faster if I had paid more attention to that kind of stuff, because I was just like, it's just a yard. Like, I mean, if it's mowed, it's mowed, you know. But the flower beds being nice, the edging work done, it really helps to take the house up to the next level.
It's what the people in the business call curb appeal.
Oh, yeah. It takes it up a notch.
Yeah.
Like, and you can tell. It's just like when you drive up and there's some color in the flower beds, there's some edge work that's like the drop. You can see the edges of the driveway.
Yeah. A little LSU flag or American flag hanging. I mean.
Yes. Yes.
All
absolutely.
the feels.
You don't see it in my neighborhood, but when you venture back over the river to Bossier, you see a bunch of Trump 2020 flags flying.
Nice
in
garden gnome.
In my neighborhood, there's more of the A couple houses down, there's somebody that's got the rainbow flag. Our neighborhood's very inclusive of all lifestyles, apparently.
So when I think of Highland, I think of like all the artistic people in our area live there.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it was a fun time. There was a lady who lived in the quadplex next to my house, and she moved out one day, and I was like, oh, well, there goes that neighbor. Turns out she was just moving in with a lady down the street. And so, I mean, love is in the air in South Highland. Yeah. So
they're
there's that.
They're best friends.
Yeah, they're just really great friends who happen to fly the rainbow flag. And, you know, it's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just saying, if you're trying to sell your house, I don't know where I was going with this. I really just wanted to see, are you affected in the same way about
I am.
A house like Molly? If it's Molly doesn't care about the outside of the house. She doesn't care. She care. It could be like the grass 10 feet tall. She doesn't care. When we get inside though, if she appreciates there not being like a layer of grime on everything, like if it feels clean to her, oh, that goes a long way. Like we looked at that one house that I love. It hadn't been lived in. It's not like a super clean. I mean, it was clean, but it wasn't like ultra clean, like everything's shining, you know. And she was like, it just kind of felt dirty in there. And I was like, babe, no one lives there. Like, it's fine. Like, you can dust when we move in. Like, it's not a big deal. But she like really appreciates that. So anyway, all that to say, just edge your dadgum yard.
I'm more looking
for
some
flowers in your flower bed for God's sake.
Cracks in the ceiling.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking at that kind of, because for me, like,
you know, seeing if they, you know, tied old electrical into new electrical,
well, so
weird stuff that causes fires, that kind of thing.
I wouldn't say I'm that. Yes, but yeah. So here's the things that Hunter will look at. I'll look at 1, the air conditioner.
Yeah.
To make sure it looks fairly new.
Yeah.
2, I'll look at like. So you can, if a house isn't settling correctly, which most houses that like we would
foundational
move into,
issues.
Yeah, if they were gonna have a foundation issue, they would have already had it. But so like if it's not settling, has foundation issues, parts of the ceiling might be cracked, or you'll see like the trim may be coming loose from the ceiling, which it may just be trim coming loose. Right. But those are signs to ask questions. And
Right.
So, and then I'll look at things like people will clean their house. They'll mop their floors. They'll vacuum. But where you can really tell is the tops, sides. Most people don't go around and clean their baseboards. So if their baseboards are looking...
That's true. That's
messed up.
That's one of those things you only do when, like, guests are coming over, you know. Yeah. You clean your house regular. Some people don't clean their house unless there's people coming over, and it just looks bad all the time. But if you clean your house regularly, you might not clean your baseboards regularly, and I agree. That's a big if the baseboards are clean, you know that place has been taken care of.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. And so some people, when they're selling it, they'll clean their baseboards, but if nobody took care of their house before, it don't matter how bad you clean them puppies. You'll see dings and just stuff you can't get off. Yeah. And it's nappy. But
nappy.
So
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: if you take I'll admit, edging sucks. If you don't do it all the time, it really sucks.
Yes.
But if you do it once, and do the work to do it, you can maintain a clean edge with a weed eater a lot easier than you if you have to create the edge. Like if your edge is gone, that sucks. It's gonna take you like all day to edge it.
Way ahead of you, bro.
So
way ahead of you.
You're way ahead of me.
Don't even skip a week. So the first time you edge, don't ever just mow the yard and be like,
right.
Oh, I'll fix it next week.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I messed it up. So you edge the first time, you're like, my yard's looking fly.
Oh yeah.
All right. The next week, especially in prime time grass growing season, what we're in right now.
Right.
The next week, you can see it still kind of looks nice, but once you mow your yard, you're like, it could use a little weed eater touch.
Right.
But I'm just gonna don't. And when you have that thought, because it will double the time that it takes to re-edge it again the next week because it's already overgrown.
Yeah.
Same thing with growing grass. If your grass looks maybe like a little high, but you're like, I can give it another week.
Yeah.
That next week, it's going to take you 3 hours instead of 2 to mow your yard or whatever.
Exactly. So that's what I came to this last night. So we have a scheduled showing tonight. Okay, they scheduled it yesterday. And I looked at my yard when I got home. I was like, it looks okay. Like, it doesn't look out of control or anything. But I was like, you know what? I let the sun go down a little bit, and I was like, I'm just going to mow it real quick. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's easier to mow. Let me tell you, it's easier to mow if you just do it before it gets crazy.
Yeah.
And so I mowed it, and then I was looking at the edges, and I was like, I see the edges, but I could just touch it up with the weed eater. You know, it has the little turn. My weed eater has the little option where you can turn it 180 degrees, and it kind of makes it a straight up, like an edger kind of thing. I had to do it with an actual edger the first time because my weed eater is a battery powered weed eater. It's one of those Ryobi, whatever you call it, and it's got the battery in it. It works well if you're just doing normal stuff. But anyway, so I went and edged it, and also. There's something I never used to appreciate. Don't leave dead grass in your driveway.
Yeah.
That looks so trashy. Like,
you know you're getting old, Coleman.
I know. But here's the thing is like you edge your yard, you mow it, and there's there's grass in your driveway. Don't just leave it. I used to think when my first house, I used to say, it'll just blow away. You know, like the wind will take it and it'll go. So I never even did that. Like I just left it.
Yeah.
But like now that I have to blow off my driveway. I have to edge. And here's the thing, when you edge and it's not that bad, it's so much easier. Like it took me all day to edge it the first time, it felt like. And it was in the heat of the day and it's just terrible. So anyway, edge your yard. Take pride in your house, guys.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that guy on your street. Like, that's terrible. Like, I hate driving up my street and somebody like that. Again, I'm getting old. But I hate driving up my street and seeing, like, somebody who literally hasn't touched their yard in, like, years. Like, they might mow it once a year or something.
Or okay, I might be overstepping my bounds. I know we need to get off this. But
we got a lot of stuff to talk about still.
The people I judge, which I probably shouldn't. I understand people got problems. People might not be able to afford an edger or a weed eater, but the people that just mow their yard and do nothing else,
and their edges are
yes, it's literally like reaching out to the community.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah. So I didn't realize how bad mine was until I did it. Like,
oh yeah, you don't know how far back.
When you guess with the edger and then you're like shooting sparks and you're like, oh crap, it's even further than that, and you keep going and like ends up being like a half a foot that the edger yard. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, so
let's move on.
Now we're at 20 minutes. So
we talked about yards and houses for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Get a couple dads talking about houses and yards, and we can make a podcast out of it.
I could start a whole podcast about that. About house maintenance. I probably need to, so I take better care of my stuff. But
all right. So
anyway,
moving in. Last episode, you heard us talking about our band, A Daily Walk.
A Daily Walk.
We talked about the humble beginnings.
80 dub.
We didn't talk about how we got the band name. And in summary, the Wooten clan's dad used to just take a daily walk and lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's all we got.
That's all it is. That's all it was.
We'll just leave that there and move forward to where we're at now. All right. So this is when things get big for A Daily Walk.
Wow. Huge.
Yes.
Huge.
We get our first show, Battle of the Bands, at Media Star.
Our first show not at a church.
Yes.
Big deal.
True. And so, this is in like Shreveport. There's some other big bands, which one of the bands there was a band called Down to Ride.
Yes.
Which is now I don't want to say a famous band, but they've got a pretty good following. They're called Water Mocks.
I didn't realize that.
They changed their name. So like Water Moccasins, it's Water MOX, the Water Mocks.
Okay. That's an interesting move.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So anyways, they are all really talented musicians.
Yeah.
They won, didn't they?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah. So, but that was just because they could have come in there and played anything, and they would have beat everybody.
Continue. I'm sorry. I have some beef to talk about later on, but we'll get into it.
So there were.
We were playing on night 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we go?
There
all
was
the
2
nights?
nights. No.
Okay.
No.
So in our night, there were some bands that were really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Probably even worse than we were.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get last place?
No.
Okay. Good.
No.
But there were
there were probably 30 bands in it.
Yeah. There was another band called the Rusty Shacklefords. They were probably about equal to us, but they had an edge because they threw out ping pong balls during their show.
Oh no.
So you can't compete with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw out free ping pong balls.
Here's what I was gonna say a minute ago. There was a band called No Refunds.
No Refunds was there.
No Refunds, right?
Yes.
And I thought they were aptly named because after listening to them, I wanted a refund, right? And they weren't good. They were kind of gimmicky, like
yes,
they were all kind of punks.
They went to our high school too.
I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you were in that band or you know them or something. They just seemed like such punks to us, and they weren't that good. Like they weren't good at all, actually. Yeah. And spoilers. We didn't win, so in case you were waiting for that, we didn't even place. So they released the top, first through third place like normal, and then everybody started demanding the judged standings, right? Everybody was like, I want to know what place my band got. I want to know what place so-and-so's band got, blah, 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 blah. So they ended up releasing the top 15, I think. Yeah. We were 11th, okay?
There was no refunds. I don't remember.
No Refunds got 4th place. And it was outrageous. I can't even Down to Ride was good. I didn't hear the other bands. I'm sure they were great. No Refunds at 4th place. If I'm going off the scale, we're at 11th place. That is a travesty. And that's saying something because we weren't that good. And I knew that. I wasn't I wasn't thinking that we were that good. But I knew we were better than 11th place
and better than No Refunds.
Yeah, there was this band that
they went to our school. They went to Parkway, not your school, but
okay.
And they were a bunch of misfits, I guess, at the school who met up with the Spanish teacher, and the Spanish teacher became their agent. Well, the Spanish teacher's dad was the mayor of Bossier. So she was connected to all the local spots in town. So she would get them to play at these places. And they were
not good.
Yeah, I hope they're not listening. But I mean, I'll just say
I'm gonna try to find them.
It wasn't good. It was not good.
Plus their name was No Refunds.
Yeah.
What?
And it looked like an Anarchy spray paint logo. But it was just NR, I think. I don't know. So, yeah, we didn't win Battle of the Bands.
No.
But at this point, we have some people that are
11th place out of 30, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, top, what is that? Top 35%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not terrible, I guess.
So at this point, we have now played. All right, like I said, we got our feet wet. Now we've competed. All right,
and
when we didn't get last place.
Let me just interject here because, hold on, I think I found a No Refunds music video, and that'll be fun. Oh yeah, this is them. My parents, I was very adamant to not tell my parents.
Did they show up?
They showed up and with Evan's parents.
Yeah, okay.
So Evan and Jordan and Jamie's parents came. They're the same parents, by the way. That sounded like a group of parents. And they must have tipped off my mom and dad that
because
this was going
old
down.
Friends.
Yeah, for sure. They're family. This is how I know the Wootons. And so I didn't want them to come because I was aware of what our skill level was. I didn't need them to be there because it wasn't that good. We were just trying to get our, get our feet wet with this. We're not trying. We're not claiming we're some famous band.
We're just taking licks.
Right.
That's what we need to do.
And I remember being on stage. We're getting our stuff set up and looking down and seeing my parents were there. And I was like, dang it. My freaking parents are here. And they were at this point just beaming with pride. You know, I was embarrassed because we were in the freaking middle of the ghetto at this like terrible location.
It's so dark.
It's
like,
so dingy.
It literally looks
and
like a warehouse.
It's bad. It's bad. And so I just didn't need them to be there, and they were there. And I was just like, man, this sucks. But anyway, we played our show. It wasn't good. We have a video from that show.
Play it.
I have one. Let me find it.
Just make sure it's not the next one because I'm going to transition into the next great part after this.
You talking about the next show?
No. In between shows, we had to do an album, right? Or did we already have the album?
Oh, no. The album wasn't out yet.
Yeah, okay.
Dang it. Where is that one? Sorry, guys. I wasn't prepared for this. It's basically, it's Ballad of a Broken Man. And that's the only video from that show that we have. From another show, we have several, and we're going to get into that. There it is.
That's
okay.
Great. So this is Ballad of a Broken Man.
Oh, yeah, that feedback. You gotta love it.
I know you're hearing the audio and it sounds bad. This is probably the best we played. Yeah, if you can peep that.
Listen to that reverb. We weren't in charge of, we didn't mix this, by the way.
Yeah, the sound guys at Media Star. Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So you got Evan right there. Coleman's obviously tapping the tubs. Ooh, jump. There's Jordan, and there's me punching my guitar. And Jamie's in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I had a guitar strap that had like the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
All up and down it.
That's amazing.
Sick.
That's amazing.
So that was Ballad of a Broken Man, one of 4 or one of 3 at the time songs that we had.
You only at the Battle of the Bands. You only had 2 songs, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we only had 2 songs. We played Ballad of a Broken Man and probably Still Warm in December, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Our 2 best songs.
Yes,
and our 2 of 3. So we played. You know, my parents were there. It was awkward. Whatever. We didn't expect to win, obviously, but when we found out no refunds got 4th place, that really just it irked all of us, and it sparked some controversy in the comments on the Facebook post. Like, there was one person that came to our defense that was like, "No refunds at 4th and a daily walk at 11th. What is this?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yes, they get
exactly.
it. They get it."
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it was very.
It was a formative time.
So at this point, we've gotten our feet wet with 2 church shows. Now we're an established band with
we played
competitions.
We played at a competition.
Yeah. So we move forward into the next step, which is, inevitable.
An EP.
We have to make an EP.
You got it.
So we take these songs. Coleman has the hookup with the legend. The producer, Caleb Harkins, all right? Now owner of St. Laurent, and he's a nurse.
Yeah, he's a world-class cook.
Yeah, if you go to
Chef.
if you go to his Instagram page now, you would probably not realize that he's a world-class producer.
Oh, yeah.
You would see that he's a world-class chef, which he's both, all right? So, anyways.
Pause.
All right.
This is a post from, holy cow.
Did you go find Media Star? I was thinking about that, going to Facebook.
I found January 28th, 3 days after my birthday, by the way, 2012. So we were seniors.
For the album?
No, for the Battle of the Bands.
There's no way. Jordan
We had a great
gone.
time tonight. Great show by Down to Ride. They won. Everyone else played great. And Shreveport music scene looks alive and well. Wow. That's an overstatement if I've ever seen one. Let's see. Hey guys, so this is 12 days later. Hey guys, so tomorrow we'll be playing at Media Star. We played at Media Star 2 weeks later.
I just found somebody recorded Here's Down to Ride at the same Battle of the Bands that we played at.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh, wait, they're not going to be able to hear it. I'm going to send you the link.
Okay. Send it to me. I haven't even heard them, I don't think. So this is going to be...
Bro, they're sick. I mean, they're good. They are, like, solid.
Good. I'm ready to hear it. At least we didn't lose to... At least down.
Right,
no refunds didn't win.
So check this out.
Okay. Let's see. Down to Ride. Here we go.
The freaking bass player, his name's Mark Michelle. He's sick. Shout out to Mark Michelle. Probably don't listen to this. So like dad rock.
Isn't that 3-piece?
Yep. And that's J.C. Bryant playing drums.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's J.C. Bryant playing drums, Mark Michelle playing bass. And then I can't remember his name now. J.T. Watson. So just for kicks, go to Google and type in Watermox, and then type in Down to Ride, or you might even just type in Down to Ride. Because when they came out with this song, they were Down to Ride, and then they changed their name to Watermox. Do you know Tyler Christiana?
No.
Okay. He just joined their band.
This song's called Down to Ride.
Yes, that's the song they just played. But their band name was called Down to Ride in the beginning. Check out that bass with the light up frets. So, this is pretty much how they sounded in the building. So this is why we lost. And they're all touring musicians now in different bands. So I mean, you know.
Right on. Right on.
So shout out to Watermox. Shout out to all those people.
Watermox.
Yeah. Anyway, so we start to record with the producer, the great producer, Caleb Harkins.
Oh, yeah.
Who was really just was he a youth minister or was he a worship leader?
Worship leader.
A worship leader at
He
First
was the
Bossier.
worship leader at the youth band that I played in high school.
Okay. So there was a studio at First Bossier.
Oh, yeah. That
studio.
He crafted.
Yeah. And so we recorded in this studio. All right. So let's just go ahead and... Did you record drums before we got there? I think you did.
No, I recorded when we got
That's true.
there.
That's true. So...
But I did... That was the first thing we did. We did scratch tracks, and then we did drums.
We get there. Okay. Coleman is the most established player of all of us at this point. Okay,
it's not saying much though.
Yeah, so
that's not saying a lot.
Anyways, so he like tracks like each song like one maybe two takes, and we're good. So then it thrusts into like electric guitar and bass, or I think he did bass last or something. Yeah, like that.
Well, we attempted bass.
Yeah,
at some point, and then. Some of the stuff we had to go back and retrack for some reason. Anyway. So,
so now it's me and Evan because we're the electric guitar players. Now mention, all right, for all you electric guitar players, I'm playing which I still have, great guitar. It's like a Kenny Wayne Shepherd signature Stratocaster based off like a 1960s like hardtail Stratocaster. So, anyways,
with the racing stripes,
of course,
adds tone,
tons of tone. So that's all I have. That's a decent equipment. But I don't even think we use that. Caleb Harkins has a Morgan amplifier based off of AC30, I think.
Yeah.
And that's
British style.
Yeah. If you know a Morgan amplifier, it's like top of the line. So. Meanwhile, Hunter, what he was using was a solid state like Fender Frontman, I think is what it was called, and it was a piece of garbage.
POS.
Yes. I was borrowing it from my youth minister who wanted to learn how to play guitar. And it had like the settings, like the black face, all the amp settings and the drive settings.
It wasn't a tube amp.
No, it was not.
It was a what do they call it?
It was like an earlier multi-effects amplifier.
Gotcha.
So, anyways, Evan has an orange amp, but it doesn't have tubes either, I don't think. I think the reason he bought it is because orange was like a popular amp in the punk scene.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's what he got. And so we use Caleb's amp. Caleb's, I think it was just a standard telly. I don't know if it was special. Man, he had a Mexican telly.
What color was it?
I think it was white.
Yeah, it was Mexican, I think.
Yeah, okay, anyways. And he has his own, and Caleb has his pedals. I don't remember all of them. All I remember is he had a Hall of Fame. No. He had a Cathedral reverb. That's really
Caleb did?
Yeah, that's really the only pedal I can remember. He had a D Hummer or a D. I don't remember. It was a Hum debugger. That's what it was called.
Nice.
So and it literally just got rid of Hum. That's all.
Nice.
So we use all this stuff, and like we're getting some tones.
Yeah,
some sick tones.
Mad tones.
All right, and the first thing we come up with is what I'm about to show you. I'm just going to show you the beginning of the song.
This filtered. I think we could have gone heavier on the filter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Oh, yes.
That's loud, bro. Yeah. Honestly, does not sound bad.
Doesn't sound bad. So, let me see if I can like mute it now. Okay. So, anyways, that's what we got. All right. So we're playing that. That's played through his telly. None of our equipment's being used. We're playing that came up pretty well. I was trying to find out. I guess the lead player, and Evan was the rhythm player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know that this is how it happened, but now that we're past it, I literally think that Evan gave me the lead position because he didn't want to have to figure out how to play lead parts because we both weren't that good.
Right.
So he's just like, oh, I just got to play chords. So that's what he would do was play chords.
Yeah.
And so once we got done with chords, like I remember every song, Caleb's like, all right, what's the lead part? And I was like,
yeah, I don't know.
He's well, you're going to have to figure out one.
Yeah.
So I'd have to like come up with like lead parts on the spot. And anyways, that's that. So then we're going to move into what's about to come back up is we track acoustic vocals and put it all together. So here's some of our vocals from the first song.
Yes.
No simple sayings to change the earth. No easy way to clean off all the dirt. Now comes the thorns that once was a road. But realize your place tonight.
This is the crowd pleaser, bro.
Yeah. This is
the crowd.
This is what we opened up with, track 1.
We'll tear the walls down, and we won't make a sound. Just let it roll.
All right, so when you heard that, we had some issues on both ends when it came to recording vocals. One, Jordan was, I think we used this.
Did we?
Was it SM58?
I don't know.
Or SM7?
I don't even think I was there the whole time y'all were recording vocals. I don't remember. I might have had to work or something.
Yeah. So, Coleman was, Jordan was super loud. Super loud. And so, here's the thing. Which we didn't know at the time. When you're recording, if you have a mic like this, when you're singing quietly and then you sing those really loud notes, it's not going to go over well because the quiet's going to be too quiet,
Right.
loud's going to be way too loud.
Right.
So, or not loud enough. So then you have to bring it down for when he's playing loudly, and it automatically makes it too quiet. So the whole time he was like, "Hey, like we're gonna have to find something out," and like Jordan was not budging.
Yeah.
So Anyways,
Yeah.
that's probably the best we could come out with on a vocal. And once again, we weren't the best. So,
yeah,
we'll just leave it there.
It was an experience, though. It was an experience.
Yeah.
That's probably our best song, I would say.
So for me, my favorite would definitely have to be, hold on, my favorite would definitely have to be number 2.
Okay. I mean, they're pretty close. Yeah. Pretty close in my mind as well.
Here, let me bring it in.
Okay.
Okay. So here's number 2, which is entitled. What's it entitled?
Ballad of a
Broken Man. So these are our studio. We'll show you the good old lives here in a second.
Oh, yeah. That's even better.
So here's Ballad of a Broken Man. Best intro. Oh, loud.
Those are those lead lines Hunter was talking about.
Came up with them on the spot.
I am through mending glass horse that were so bold, and I am done pretending that there's a fire inside of your soul. If you won't pay
mute for the
attention, then I guess I won't mention that if you had heard our song, you'd be singing along with
All right, and that's that.
Yeah. What a jam.
It's number 2. Let's just go ahead and so then we're not all about just rocking out. So we soften it up with a third track.
Oh yeah.
For the ladies.
Skip forward some so that we can really hear. We're all a sucker. Okay, if we're in the emo, the 2000s emo scene at all, 2010s emo scene. The acoustic song that eventually goes raging hard at the end, full band, that is what we were going for.
Yes.
Every band has to have this type of song.
Yes.
The song that's soft, and then when you're least expecting it, the full band comes in. That's what this song was. Great stuff.
All right, here we go.
And what's this song called, Hunter?
If I'm your everything, then I don't remember the rest.
face down in these drenched sheets. These flames are igniting.
Here it is.
They thrive on lies and deceit.
So yeah, this is obviously the soft part for the ladies to connect
The acoustic.
to.
A poop stick.
Yeah, the poop
They
stick.
melt in intense heat. Tossed and turned, afraid to be burned.
Did you do the oohs and ahs on this,
Jordan? I might have done a little, but I know he did the majority.
Afraid to be hurt, don't hold another heart higher. Let's just stay in this moment.
Here it comes.
No going further.
Hey, don't tell him.
No
Oh, sorry.
back. Just
Nothing's coming.
stay in this moment. What time isn't stopping, let's make it last.
Sick.
Turn around, what's lost can't ever be found. Keep this pace, never replay.
That bass is so hot. Yes.
Just thrown away.
Hold on, here it comes, right here. Here comes my lead.
Oh yeah, this is actually a sick lead from Hunter. We should have. That could have been so much hotter in the mix, bro.
Yeah, but there could have been a lot of different things. So, that is number 3, and then number 4 similar. I'll just play a little short snippy of that.
This was my least favorite song,
Yeah.
but it was like when we wrote it, everybody else's like favorite song, which was weird in the band.
I thought it had the most potential.
I just didn't like it. I don't know why. I don't know what about it was. It was just kind of felt like a song that was in limbo the whole time. I don't know.
These clouds don't make the rain. A missing hell. Shadows held the day, but sunset always
just can't help.
And then everything gets quiet.
I can't.
Vocal gets quiet right there.
I can't help it. No. Oh man.
So that's
I'm honestly like, people are gonna hear this.
oh, they're
It's
gonna hear
like-
it.
It's kind of.
They've been able to hear it. It's available on Spotify.
But they just, now we're putting it all out there. It's yeah.
So those are our 4 songs released on an EP. Then we do a performance.
What was the EP called?
Stories of a Heart Silhouette.
What does that mean, you ask?
We don't know. So yeah. And by the way, if you listen to the lyrics, some of the most of the songs are written very well. I mean, especially for like a couple people out of one person out of high school. But here's the thing: we just didn't know what 90% of them were about.
Yeah.
So
I still don't.
yeah, I mean, at one point he said it was like supposed to be a girlfriend, and then one point it wasn't. It was like directed at his mom. I don't really know.
Whoa.
So
Gnarly.
anyways, we move forward. All right. So now we have an EP.
Right.
All right. It's finished.
Now, obviously, we have to tour it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we get another gig at Media Star to play our EP. Coleman, can you go ahead and cue those videos?
Oh, yeah.
But in the meantime, okay, here, let me give you a little sub story. So when we were releasing this song, Coleman, he was like, bro, I can do all this stuff. It's good. No problem.
What were you talking about?
You were going to put it on iTunes. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So, Coleman gets all the songs, puts it on iTunes, and here's how dumb everybody was. Well, first of all, do you remember how much it cost for you through CD Baby to put that on iTunes?
It was through TuneCore.
Okay.
It was like $150 or something, maybe.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. How much money did you make in return?
At that point, it was a little more than you'd expect because
it was all purchases.
iTunes. Yeah, it was no streams yet. So I think I ended up probably making my money back.
Okay.
So if 25 people downloaded if 30 people downloaded the EP as a whole, I would have probably made my money back. Because at that point, you were still getting a lot of the return.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Coleman posted. We know that America is now listening to this album.
Everyone.
It's topping the charts. And so the first thing any band would do, me and Evan are like, hey, where's our royalties?
Yeah.
And so Evan's like, I don't know. Coleman posted it. I mean, I'm sure. And so
royalties.
At first we thought Coleman was going to run away with the cash. And then Coleman brought in the next thing on how the band would really make money. Right.
The shirts, baby.
And that is a sick shirt. Design.
Same design, 2 different colors.
2 different colors.
That was amazing.
Can you explain the process of how those shirts are made?
Okay, so basically, more or less, one of Evan or Jordan or somebody came up with the design.
Okay.
And it was just that logo with the tree.
Yes.
And it just said a daily walk. It was real simple. I enjoyed the simplicity of it. And I just wanted to get I knew I wanted to get a blue shirt with the logo in white, and I knew I wanted to get a white shirt with the logo in, I think we ended up doing black.
Yeah. And I have a picture. I'm going to post it with all the stuff so you can see.
Sorry.
But it's a picture of
trying
Evan.
to send me that. Send me that. I can't find the other ones.
Okay, here. I'm gonna send you his YouTube channel. It's the KW7.
Sorry, that's how good it sounds.
So, we have. What do you want to play him first? You want to play him "Have Faith"?
Yeah,
you want to play him one of our songs we've already done?
We had those 4 songs. And we knew we were going to play a show where we were going to have to play more than 4 songs because a show is, you can't just play 4 songs at a show.
That's embarrassing.
So we were like, we need a few more. Like, we need 6 or 7. So we decided there was a couple songs that he had written, like Jordan had written that Flip of a Coin song. It was mostly just piano. And so I was like, why don't we just make this a up-tempo song, kind of punk rock sounding song? And we did. And then there was this other song that we were working on called Have Faith. And we were like, well, we need more songs, so we're just going to have to play this whether we think it's ready or not. And that ended up probably being like our best song, I would say. That was a song that somebody came up to me and was like, that's a good song. Like, did y'all release that song? And we were like, no, it's not out. They're like, you need to release it. It's pretty good. Whatever. Gosh, now I can't even find that song. There's 3 different accounts. Sorry, there was 3 different people that would post. They would come to our shows, film us on a cell phone, and then post the videos on YouTube. And I'm trying to find the video for Have Faith.
It's in there.
Okay, here it is. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to start it over.
This is when Jordan yells at us.
It's kind of got country vibes a little bit. The lead is kind of countrified. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Media Star helped us out. We were playing another show at Media Star. They helped us out, gave us that sick psychedelic projector background.
Yeah, and if you remember the old place, or on PCs, it would have that little Windows Media Player window. It had that on top of the screen.
It did.
Sick.
My drums actually sounded pretty good for me not really knowing a lot at that point. I had rewrapped that drum kit too, and it was sweet.
I can't find Media Star's Facebook.
Here we go. You ready?
Come on!
Classic. That's a song called Have Faith. And we've talked about this for several hours now. I'm trying to figure out if people are going to find this entertaining. I really hope that they do, because we're putting all this out here. Like, this is not like something that we do kind of in a joking way. We take pride in it, but we don't really in a serious way, because it's kind of not good.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I remember showing Molly all this stuff after we started dating. She wasn't around for all this. And it was kind of one of my most vulnerable moments to show her all this stuff.
Yes.
But anyway, I hope if you're watching this, then you have a bit of a sense of humor about this, and then you don't just lose all respect for us after watching this.
I understand that I can be dry in some forms, and people don't take on to my sarcasm. But in any way, if you hear me say that we are on our way or we are about to get famous, it wasn't intended that way.
Yeah.
We did kind of have that in our minds at the time.
Yeah.
It's just, here's where I think everybody will be. You listening to this podcast, if you're a musician or something like that, you've had this dream of having a band, and then you grow up and you look back. And so we don't say that, all the songs were awful, all the shows we did were awful. Okay, all the shows we did were awful.
Yeah.
But we still are like, hey, if we could redo those songs, they'd be pretty sick.
The song.
We still like the songs. It's not like we're embarrassed.
There is something different too. Like, me and you write a good bit. We have both played with artists, not as a band, but as a hired artist, a hired musician. there's something different about being in a band and like playing your own music. It's a different thing. Like, and that's the only time for me that this has ever happened.
Yeah.
So on one hand, I know that our skill level was low. But on the other hand, the nostalgia level now is super high.
Yeah.
Because we like had a bunch of fun doing it.
It was fun.
And like for some reason we didn't care. Like I had some awareness and I was like, yeah, this is kind of embarrassing because we're not that good. But like at the same time, like we were all having a good time and it was fun.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to talk about because it's like on one hand, all you're going to get to hear since we're looking back on this, you weren't there to experience it with us. So like I guess nervous that all they're going to hear is how bad it was, you know? And that we have all these cathartic experiences and memories, but they don't. So will they just look upon this with intense judgment? I don't know. Only time will tell, I guess. But
and I want to point out one more thing as well, and that is the fact that at one of our shows, we handed out a signed T-shirt.
oh yeah,
I'm trying to find the picture. Hopefully, I can find it before the episode posts. But it was a girl.
There was a girl. She had a T-shirt.
Oh, she had already.
She brought it with her and wanted us to sign it.
Nice.
And backstage
at Media Star,
if you want to call it that, we signed a shirt and took a picture with her.
Yes.
So yeah, that happened.
Man, I really wish I could figure out who posted that.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know I was tagged in it.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like I know I was tagged in it, but anyway, it was an interesting time in all of our lives, I think. I would say we were all, you know, dealing with high school stuff, you know, high school level drama at all times. There was always something that would inspire us, and we just wanted to play some music, man. That was it. At the end of the day, we just wanted to play music. We didn't really care if we were that good. It was just like, well, I mean, we all play music, so let's just, I guess, do it. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what. It's interesting to me that all that happened.
Yeah, that's really what I was saying. It's just you've been there where you tried to create or have a band, or I don't know, even if you're not a musician, where you know, you look back now and you realize it wasn't that. It was probably bad. It wasn't great content that you created, but you had a ton of fun doing it, and it was an experience that you'll probably never have again.
And you'll never forget it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell you the amount of times I told stories about us playing at Media Star or us doing like writing some song and then showing them people the songs and you know how you said you always think about, you're like, if we redid these songs it would be really good. So I remember showing some people, I don't remember who it was, I remember showing people some of the songs and kind of I was showing them as a joke, like to make fun of myself kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, we should like rewrite these songs. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool, I guess. Like, why would you even want to do that? And so anyway, I was trying to find the picture, but
I'm trying to find it too. That's what I've been.
I've been on my Facebook scrolling down through photos of me for like a year.
Oh. Okay, so I found the one of the signatures.
Oh, you did?
But I haven't found
not
what
the one
it's
with the
attached
girl.
to. Yeah. So Jameson posted it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, and I'm gonna lose it. How can I go to the post? Oh,
hold on. I'm getting close. I'm getting closer. I found the signature too. I don't have the other one though.
maybe she was so embarrassed. My dad actually commented on it and said a collector's item.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Oh, wow. These pics.
No way I can go back.
I found the video that I was talking about.
The original?
Still Warm in December playthrough.
Gosh.
Should I? This is dangerous. Should I even play this?
Let's just end on it. This is the humble beginning.
Listen, all right. You guys are really lucky because we're already pretty vulnerable right here with all this. So we haven't even watched this pre-show. Like I just found it on my Facebook page. This is us playing. We had written a song. We were playing through it for the first time with a full band. And this is that. Still Warm in December.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. It's slightly different.
That is different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jay's there. This is special.
Yes. Go ahead and send me that. Is that on your Facebook?
Yeah. Oh my! Evan posted it about 9 years ago. Rough first song. ... Haha. Enjoy.
Was there a D face?
No.
No.
Tyler Holtzclaw commented, ADW biggest fan. Haha. ... When can I record, man? I saw this live. Haha. What?
I guess he wanted to hop on a track.
Oh my gosh. Hey, this is a video of me playing Our God.
Sick.
Dude, what a time. That was 9 years ago too.
So this is a wrap up. Like I said, hopefully you didn't hate it. Hopefully you can imagine yourself being in the same place. Hopefully it was quite entertaining to you. Next episode is going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Huge.
So,
holy cow. I
Peace
just
out.
want to say that was difficult and fun.
It was.
It was.
But I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad we did it. It's all out in the open now.
It's there.
It's all there. Wow. That's it. Wow.
So this has been another great episode of Life in the Pocket. You know what to do. And
yes, you do.
We'll see you.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you in a year.
For the 52nd episode of Life in the Pocket. A Daily Walk reunion? For the 57th? Nah, too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.